Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Sandy VCAL PD presents the Sports Corner Podcast.
Let's get ready to rumble!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the 2Sweet podcast, and today we'll be going through some news, reviews, and rumors.
The Viper is back.
Absolutely. Randy Orton, that sadistic evil Viper, is back and better than ever. He just came back from his knee injury at Extreme Rules. We will be going over Extreme Rules. Also, we'll be going over Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live. I have my rumor mills, and, of course, the best part of the podcast, the E&L segment. Absolutely. So, Edan, before we get into this, what were your thoughts on Dominion as well? New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion, you know?
Personally, I did not watch that, but I heard good reviews about it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch it probably after this podcast, actually. Going to go home, watch it, and then I'll give you my thoughts about it on the next podcast.
Okay, that's great.
But has Chris Jericho versed Naito yet?
He had, actually, at Dominion.
Won?
Yeah, Chris Jericho won. He's the new IWGP Intercontinental Champion.
Wow. Okay,
Absolutely,
That's
yes.
big. All right, now we have to get to bad wrestling.
Yeah, bad wrestling. And that bad wrestling is WWE. And first...
Wait. Sorry, Leigh. Sorry. Before you say something, you know how WWE said it's Extreme Rules? No, it's not called Extreme Rules, this pay-per-view. Unfortunately, guys, it's called Kids Rules.
It was hardly extreme at all. What was that pay-per-view this week? I mean...
So SmackDown's Randy Orton was more extreme than the whole goddamn pay-per-view.
Absolutely. I mean, this pay-per-view is called Extreme Rules, goddammit. I mean, what even is this? It's like I'm watching... I don't know, it's like I'm watching Backlash all over again. What is this shit?
And you have Jeff Hardy in Extreme Rules pay-per-view, but you don't put him in an Extreme Rules match.
Exactly.
No.
Team Extreme, both Matt and Jeff Hardy, both weren't in Extreme Rules matches, and Jeff Hardy lost in 6 seconds. 6 seconds he lost.
Did he lose in 6 seconds?
Absolutely, and for good reason. Low blow, king shots up, 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's how it worked. That's how it went down.
I kind of like that.
Though it made sense, absolutely, yes. But with Randy Orton coming back, I absolutely liked how he turned heel. But
okay, now we're gonna get to the first pre-show match of the day, and that is the best goddamn wrestler, except for AJ Styles, who defeated Sin Cara in this was an okay match. I didn't mind this match.
it was all right, but first, can I just say, why is Almas on the pre-show? He is not pre-show material here, damn it!
Yeah. Same as Sin Cara. When Sin Cara debuted, the old Sin Cara, this is a new Sin Cara if you don't know.
Yeah, I know.
This is, what's his name?
Hunico, is it?
This is Hunico Sin Cara, but the old Sin Cara was a joy to watch. Both of them are. But right now, Sin Cara is obviously on the pre-show, and they're going to continue to put him on the pre-show. So this match was back and forth, actually. Surprisingly, Andrade was dominating most of the match, but Sin Cara did get some momentum. Unfortunately, Andrade did hit his finisher. 1, 2, 3. Selena Vega. Well,
Just doing Selena Vega.
yep. Pretty hot.
Okay, match 2. Sanity versus the New Day in a tables match. And
Yeah, a tables match. Okay, this was an 8-minute tables match. To be honest, a waste of my time. But it was an okay match. I don't understand why freaking Sanity, okay. I'm liking Sanity, but I don't know why they don't have Nikki Cross.
Exactly. That was my complaint with Sanity.
Why not? Imagine a feud with Nikki Cross and versus Ruby Riott, or Nikki Cross versus Becky Lynch.
Absolutely. But still, my complaint with Sanity is without Nikki Cross. Okay. Yeah, that's the only complaint I have with Sanity.
Let me get to these. I have 2 complaints right now. So this match, I give it a 3.5 out of 5 or like a 3. But now, let me get to one of my biggest complaints. What the hell is this B team?
Exactly. That's my biggest complaint on Raw right now, aside from Roman Reigns and the fact that Revival is not being pushed. The B team is the absolute biggest joke I have looked at in the tag team division. And the fact that they are Raw tag team champions over the Revival is the biggest mystery I'm going to find in this company right now.
Revival was the goddamn best tag team in NXT.
They made the NXT tag team division, and the fact that they are not tag team champions, but the B team are, is absolutely ridiculous right here, damn it! What even is this?
I'm sick and tired of this. What? Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas.
And the fact that Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel got jobbed out, and then they're suddenly getting pushed all of a sudden.
They're getting pushed, and they beat one of the 2 best wrestlers ever, and they have 2 Hardy brothers in their pay-per-view. This is their pay-per-view. I'm sorry.
No. I agree with you. This is their pay-per-view. Extreme Rules is their kind of pay-per-view.
And they have a normal tag team match?
Every match, aside from Strowman and Owens and Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, are all normal matches. What even is this?
And Dolph Ziggler and freaking Seth Rollins,
But it was a 30-minute Iron Man match. And you know what the biggest thing is? After I've watched AJ Styles and Rusev, I fell asleep.
I thought that was a draw, that match.
Yeah, that was a draw, and then they suddenly went to sudden death overtime.
They went to sudden death overtime.
Yeah, I went to sleep after Styles and Rusev, and that is so easy to fall asleep to, because nothing else huge happened on Extreme Rules.
All right. So number 4. One of the worst feuds I've ever witnessed in my life.
Big Cass and Finn Balor and Baron Corbin.
Corporate Baron Corbin.
Yeah, and this is basically Daniel Bryan and Big Cass all over again. Yeah. That's what I've been trying to say right here. But still, why are we having this feud with 2 different people?
Yeah. Now, this match star, sorry, for number 3, we forgot to give it a match star rating. I give that a 2.5 out of 5.
2 for me for the B team and the leader of worlds.
Number 4,
but
Finn Balor, 1.5 out of 10. Oh, out of 5, sorry.
Yeah,
And now, I'm sorry, Leigh, this has got me completely mental. They have someone like Carmella to beat someone like Asuka.
I know, right? Like, why is Carmella still the SmackDown Women's Champion? It should be Asuka. It should have always been Asuka since WrestleMania.
Yep, since WrestleMania, and then
the fact that Asuka has lost to Carmella twice, not once, twice,
and lost 3 times already.
4 times, actually. 4 times.
4 times this year. 4
times this year. I can't believe what I'm seeing from WWE, and especially Vince McMahon right here. Because the fact that Asuka has lost 4 matches this year, I cannot believe what I'm looking at right here. This is not the Asuka from NXT that I looked up to and loved and appreciated.
Fire James Ellsworth, please.
Yes, why is he back? Why is James Ellsworth back all of a sudden? And the fact that he came back at Money in the Bank is so ridiculous.
I know.
I don't like him. And the fact that he had a World Heavyweight title chance a couple of years back was so ridiculous. But it gets a 1.
That
1
star. Gets 1 star. Now, number 6, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Jeff Hardy in 6-second match, but we don't care about that.
It was just 6 seconds.
All we care about is what happened after that match, and that is
Randy Orton coming back.
Randy Orton turning heel. This wasn't as... No one thought Randy was going to turn heel at Extreme.
No one did.
No. People... Okay, so when he RKO'd Jeff Hardy, people still thought he was still face afterwards. But what happened in SmackDown? Well, we're going to tell you afterwards, after the land of horrible shows, Raw.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're going to tell you what happened between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. But This match gets a 0 for me. It's a 6-second match.
Well, it was a 6-second match. It doesn't deserve anything. But Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. What happened at the end of the match? That was actually really good.
Yes, I love how Kevin Owens won that match because Kevin Owens needs to hurry up and be pushed.
And yeah, Kevin Owens should be pushed. And at the end of the steel cage match, like it was kind of like a throwback to Mankind and The Undertaker. It was kind of a throwback. You know, like how The Undertaker threw Mick Foley off the steel cage.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell. So yeah, the match was all right. The ending was so good, and that was the only extreme moment of this pay-per-view. For God's sakes, this is Extreme Rules. Every single match should have no rules, and the fact that this was the best match, not the World Heavyweight title, not the Intercontinental Championship. This is not for anything, but the fact that this is the best match out of this entire show, and this feud has been so bland.
Let me say this. I'm sorry. Let me say this. I cannot understand why Braun Strowman, every feud he's in, it's someone being scared of him. And I'm sick of it.
Yeah, why couldn't they just do like someone stands up to Braun Strowman, or hey, I'm gonna take your ass down, Braun Strowman. I'm gonna take you down. Like, it's always someone being scared of Braun Strowman. Or what about Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns wasn't scared of Braun Strowman.
Yeah, but that's
wasn't he?
the big dog.
Yeah, that's just Vince McMahon making him look good. But the fact that every feud that Strowman's in, he's in, everyone's just scared of him. I don't like it.
Now, number 7 was a 4. I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, same here. It was a good match.
Yeah.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
Now, the Bludgeon Brothers and Team Hell No. Now, I was pretty bare bones on the reunion of Team Hell No. Like, the fact that we're getting throwbacks to these tag teams, I not liking this.
Okay,
Like,
let me say this. I'm going to say one thing. I do not like Team Hell No. First of all,
it was all right back in the time. You know, it was all right
yeah,
back then.
now I don't like
But
it.
yet, right now, it's not that time. We don't want.
Get rid of it. That's it.
Yeah,
Get rid of
that's it for Team Hell No. That's it for like some of these tag team reunions. You know, that's it for these tag team reunions and all this stuff. But this match, yeah, it went all right. Bludgeon Brothers dominated because they assaulted Team Hell No before their match, and yeah, Kane was out with some sort of leg injury or something like that.
Yeah.
So
This match I don't really care about, to be honest. It was
Yeah,
an 8-minute 20
yeah, it was a
second match.
8 minute 20 seconds.
Team Hell, no one cares.
Yeah, 2
versus
stars.
the Bludgeon Brothers, who should
Who's-
be challenged for the titles properly.
Yeah, 2 stars for me on that match.
2.5
Now!
now.
Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns.
Thank you. You made the right decision,
The
even
best decision.
even though this should have already been number 1 contender.
The best decision of the entire pay-per-view. Having Bobby Lashley beat Roman Reigns. Thank you very much. But I'm going to be talking about what happened on Raw, because I have a massive complaint on Raw. But right now I'm going to talk about the match. Like, throughout this match, it was pretty boring. But the right man won. The right person won this match, and that was Bobby Lashley.
Okay, now let me say this. This is why I'm not in a good mood. Now I know the worst goddamn wrestler of all time. I'm going to say of all time. Roman Reigns. The Samoan Roman Empire. Whatever it's called. I don't care. What? The big dog Roman I don't care. I don't care. Bobby Lashley won. Well deserved. And that should have been the 1 contender. But no. They get Roman Reigns on the next Raw to win a triple threat match. That should have been Drew McIntyre. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
That should have been Drew McIntyre. And now they have Lashley and Roman again. And I swear to God, if Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, I'm going to kill myself.
If that happens again, I'm not going to watch that match. I'm not gonna watch that match, but whatever. The main event match. Pay-per-view match. Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns. I say 2.5. It was okay. Now on to Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Do we care about this match?
Wait. Before that match, I'm going to rate Bobby Lashley defeating Roman Reigns 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Now on to Bliss and Jax. Do we even care about this match?
Nope.
Absolutely.
I did like Ronda Rousey this Monday.
But Ronda Rousey. Yes, Ronda Rousey. Like, she has been looking absolutely good ever since her WrestleMania match. Like,
well, if she stops the smiling.
If she stops the smiling, yes. So but on Monday Night Raw, I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. But yes, so with the Ronda Rousey, her attack on Alexa Bliss, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Though the match overall, I just did not like it whatsoever. That was Lance Storm level of boring.
2 out of 5. I'm gonna.
Nah, just 2 stars from me.
2 out of 5, as in like 2/5, 2 stars.
Yeah.
Now, number 11, we got the greatest wrestler of all time versus Rusev. Now,
Rusev Day.
I did originally say Rusev should have won this match.
Now, yeah, Rusev Day. I was with Rusev Day on this match. And the fact that Styles won, like, I'm just getting sick and tired of looking at AJ Styles with the World Heavyweight title. Like, it's time for change.
It is time for change. Now, I love AJ Styles, you know that.
Yeah, we love AJ Styles.
We all love AJ Styles. It's our favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah, but the fact that he's babyface and he's World Heavyweight Champion, like,
it's just time for a change. Now, I hope it's Andrade Cien, which it won't be, I don't think, anymore after what happened on SmackDown last night.
Yeah, we will be going over that as well.
But I want to say this. Later, after the reviews, I don't think Leigh has said, in our ENL segment, we will be talking about Sasha Banks' love angle with Bayley.
Yeah, we've been going over this before
the podcast. We've been going on.
We've been going over this.
We have potential candidates who should be one of them. But as well, we also have AJ Styles' next opponent, and as well, what should happen after SummerSlam, which me and Leigh are kind of on the same page. But as for this match was kind of back and forth. It was a pretty bad match, kind of. It was 3 out of 5. I'm not too fond about it. And AJ Styles, now, he's just being used horribly. A WWE Championship match should be in the main event. Now,
yeah, absolutely.
I understand with these two type of guys, Rollins and Ziggler, he should be, what's it called? They should be in the main event because they're that good, but I don't see.
But this match failed to impress.
It failed to impress, but I do say Rusev versus Styles, that was a 15-minute match, and I think that is a 3 out of 5 stars. Now to the next match, we got Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre.
And like I said before, after Styles and Rusev, I just fell asleep. I couldn't take it. I could not take it anymore.
I watched this match, and I was very disappointed with this match. This match was horrible, and I did not like this match at all.
Yeah. All I saw was at the end of the match, like the sudden death overtime. And Drew McIntyre came in, distract Seth Rollins.
Again,
yes. And Dolph Ziggler went for the zigzag, 1, 2, 3. Ziggler retained the Intercontinental title. Thank God.
Thank God.
And yeah, I
3.5 out of 5.
You rate this. I'm not. I slept through it for good reason because this pay-per-view was bad.
Hey guys, now we got Leigh's Raw review as for today's SmackDown review as well.
What in the hell is going on Raw here?
All right, Leigh, calm down, buddy. Calm down, buddy. Calm down.
Throughout these holidays, like I've been so annoyed on
Raw. I know. But I was gonna set a schedule for today as well. So Leigh is doing his Raw pay-per-view by himself today, but today with SmackDown, it's gonna be both of us because SmackDown was a good show.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna both talk about it because I feel sorry for Leigh. He has to review the worst show on the internet.
Absolutely.
There's only one good thing I liked. What I saw in this show, and that was Paul Heyman's segment with Kurt Angle, and that was how Ronda Rousey delivered to attack Alexa Bliss because she looked very angry, and I liked it.
Yeah, both Paul Heyman's return and Ronda Rousey was good.
So, guys, we're going to start off with Leigh's Raw review, and he can rant as much as he wants.
Okay, then. So, Raw opened up with the casual things. Like, Kurt Angle comes out, crowd chants, "You suck." And Paul Heyman comes back and tells the WWE Universe and Kurt Angle that Brock Lesnar will be coming back for SummerSlam and will be defending the Universal title. And then a bunch of wrestlers, McIntyre, Rollins, Elias, Balor, Reigns came out, and Bobby Lashley as well. They all answered the challenge. They want to take on Brock Lesnar. And Kurt Angle makes 2 triple threat matches. One to open up the show, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, and Drew McIntyre. And the one to end the show, Lashley, Elias, and Rollins. And I'm getting tired of what Kurt Angle's doing on Raw. Like, just comes out, a few wrestlers comes out, you 2 are going to have a match, or you 3 are going to have a match, and that starts right now. I'm just getting sick and tired of that. This is absolutely retarded on what Kurt Angle's doing on Raw. Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. I was so furious. They went with Roman Reigns over Drew McIntyre. They went with Roman Reigns over Drew freaking McIntyre, for God's sakes. You look at Drew McIntyre, and you see a Universal Championship right there. You see a Universal Champion within Drew McIntyre. You look at Finn Balor, even though he's being used poorly. You see Universal Champion within Finn Balor. The fact that Roman Reigns lost against Bobby Lashley at Extreme Rules and is winning a triple threat match to qualify for a number 1 contenders match for the Universal title is the biggest mystery I'm going to find within this company. Then, after the triple threat disaster, Kurt Angle was backstage and told Bayley that she'll be pairing up with Sasha Banks, and if they don't get along, then they get traded to SmackDown. I would have liked the Sasha Banks on SmackDown. After that, Dolph Ziggler came out, talked about his Iron Man match. Said he was the Iron Man. Bobby Roode came out, who was also looking terrible. And they both had a match. And lackluster match. Dolph Ziggler won. Turned Bobby Roode heel. I just don't give a stuff. Mojo Rawley versus Tyler Breeze. Push him for Jesus' sake, Tyler Breeze. Get rid of the file fashions. I am tired of this team. I am tired of Tyler Breeze being used incorrectly. I am sick of all of this. Though Mojo Rawley, on the other hand, Mojo Rawley, I gotta say he's looking pretty good. Edan, what do you think of Mojo Rawley so far on Raw?
He's looking alright. I like how he stared down Bobby Roode. That was pretty interesting. I hope Mojo Rawley has something involves Bobby Roode to make him turn heel. I don't know.
Well, has some plans.
I hope so.
I'm hoping for an Intercontinental Championship run for Mojo Rawley. I'm just hoping.
Not yet.
I'm
Not
hoping
yet.
something for him.
I reckon a tag team title, maybe, if he gets a partner.
Well,
maybe
who would he? Oh yeah, Bobby Roode. If there is a way to turn Bobby Roode heel, I say he's the perfect partner for Mojo Rawley. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox, and it ended up in a no contest. It ended up in a disqualification because Sasha Banks was bashing up both Fox and Brooks. It was Alicia Fox's first match back. Yeah, it ended up in a double countout because of what happened outside the ring. Then after the match was finished, after they came back after a commercial break, both Banks and Bayley were cutting a little segments, and Bayley was wondering what was going on with Sasha Banks. Why was Banks protecting Bayley after everything they've been through, and Banks said that she loved Bailey and always had before storming out. And what is with this freaking love angle they're doing? What even is this?
DMX.
When I said that when I said that Sasha Banks loved Bailey, I said lesbian alert. I said lesbian alert. B team versus the Ascension. Do I care about the B team? No. Do I care about this match? No.
No one cares about Raw in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care about this match. I don't care about the B team. I don't care about the tag team division. I'm going to move on to Alexa Bliss, talking about beating Nia Jax in her Extreme Rules match. And Ronda Rousey. She looked good in both nights.
We are going to talk about Ronda Rousey together once you get on that topic.
All right. Absolutely. Now, when Ronda Rousey came down to the ring, she was bashing up both Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, and she was actually attacking Mickie James more than Alexa Bliss. Kurt Angle came down, tried to calm down Ronda Rousey, and said that she's going to add another week of suspension for Ronda Rousey. And for SummerSlam, Bliss and Ronda Rousey have been announced for SummerSlam, and I'm all right with this. I'm all right with Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss for SummerSlam. Authors of Pain versus Titus Catering. Do I care about Titus worldwide? No. Do I want the Authors of Pain pushed? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the fact that they are not Raw Tag Team Champions, but the B Team are.
B Team are the tag team champions. That's pretty pathetic.
Absolutely.
You know what they should do? We'll talk about it in the ENL segment. Actually, me and Leigh were talking about it at recess, snack time at school. We will talk about it and watch. It's a really good idea for Roman Reigns. But let's talk about the B team and whatever.
Absolutely.
Sorry, they're not the B team. They're the Z team. That's how
The
bad
disease
they are.
team, yes.
That's how bad they are. Titus Catering.
All right. Sarah Logan and Ember Moon.
Wow. Now, this one, I was surprised. I think this was Sarah Logan's first ever,
Yes,
WWE.
first ever singles win against Ember Moon.
Ember Moon, yeah. Now, I did say Sarah Logan has a lot of potential. She's not the best wrestler.
Yeah, may not be the best wrestler in the women's division
but
right
she
now, but
has good potential.
yeah, she has good potential.
I like Ruby
Indeed.
Riott a lot. To be honest, I do like Ruby Riott, but no one beats Ember Moon. Ember Moon should have won that match. Ember Moon should be challenging for the title, and I swear if they job her, I'm going to be very angry, just like they're kind of doing to Asuka.
Yeah.
They're not jobbing Asuka, but they're giving her title shots, and she's just losing. So she's just another Shinsuke Nakamura.
All right. The third triple threat match. Bobby Lashley, Elias, and Seth Rollins.
Hey, it wasn't better than the first triple threat match, but it was a good triple threat match.
Absolutely. And, yeah, the fact that they went with Bobby Lashley over Seth Rollins and Elias is so wrong. Like, I get where WWE is going. They want to book Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, but I would be more into a Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar.
Okay, let me talk here. Now, WWE want more money. I'm not talking about hardcore wrestling fans. I'm talking about every single goddamn wrestling fan. Now, I know Bobby Lashley's not the best. He should be a heel after he gets the title because he was really good in TNA as a heel, in my opinion. Now, Bobby Lashley does not have the best wrestling. It's mediocre. It's way better than Roman Reigns.
Absolutely.
He doesn't have good mic skills, but he has the body figure like Roman Reigns to look good as champion. He looks like a world champion, Bobby Lashley. Now, I think Bobby Lashley is going to verse Brock Lesnar. Why else did they bring back Bobby Lashley? Why?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been saying for the last couple of months. Like, what's the reason for Bobby Lashley to be back? To take on Brock Lesnar for the Universal title.
There we go. Exactly.
Not to take on Sami Zayn, and in a segment with 3 men dressed as women and one guy who had a mustache can't even voice a woman right, and not to complain over Instagram. That's all Lashley and Zayn's feud there. And an obstacle course as well.
An obstacle course like NXT back in the days.
Yeah, NXT is a reality show. That was the bad NXT.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did watch it, but it was horrible.
Yeah, same here. It was.
I was a little kid. I didn't know what was wrestling. Well, I didn't know what was wrestling, but when
I
you're a
did-
kid, you don't know what is good and bad television.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't know what's good and bad, but when you grow up,
And now we know Roman
Yeah.
Reigns is the whole bad thing about WWE.
and we now know that NXT as a reality show is so bad, and NXT right now is the best thing on WWE right now. All right, so that's it for Raw. On to SmackDown Live. And with AJ Styles and Andrade Cien Almas, what was with that ending?
Okay, now WWE SmackDown, 18th of July, 2018. AJ Styles versus Andrade Cien Almas. Now, Leigh disagrees with the ending. I agree.
No.
With
Look,
the
look.
ending.
No, look. Now, I was okay with a Andrade Cien Almas tap out, but the fact that Andrade Cien Almas tapped out pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
That is what I'm saying. What is with the ending?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Now, by the way, so before SmackDown, I think, went on the air, or just went on the air.
Yeah, that was Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. AJ Styles was in the back and was talking about his opponent for SummerSlam, as Paige already has one. I don't know who it is. I hope it's someone returning, or I hope it's Joe.
In which we will go over for the E&L segment.
Yes. So, AJ Styles versus Andrade Cien Almas. Now, this was very surprising. Andrade dominated most of the match.
Now, this is a match worthy of a main event.
Yeah.
Styles and Almas.
Now, this was a very, very, very good match. Styles, unfortunately, he reversed Andrade Cien Almas' hammerlock DDT and got him into the calf crusher.
Yeah, calf crusher, and then
to win
quickly
by
tapped out.
submission. Quickly tapped out, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't Andrade Cien Almas from NXT. Like, I was okay with an Almas tap out, but still, to quickly tap out, like, I don't like that. That's not Andrade Cien Almas right there.
Yeah. Number 2. Becky Lynch defeated Mandy Rose.
Now, that was pretty easy.
Boring.
Yeah.
Disarmer, who cares?
Yeah,
whatever.
Disarmer, and then Becky Lynch cut a little line on saying that she'll be challenging Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Champion.
Oh, God.
I'm hoping that Becky Lynch wins. I am tired of Carmella.
No. You know what should happen? I'm sorry, Leigh. Name all the women in SmackDown right now.
Naomi, Becky Lynch, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and
Asuka.
Asuka. Yes, there's Asuka, and there's also Garbage, also known as Carmella, also known as Carlton, because Styles and Carmella were traveling Australia, and
I saw.
yeah, Styles was wearing Collingwood colors, and Carmella was wearing Carlton.
Should
colours.
be Richmond and Bulldogs, because I go for Richmond, he goes for Bulldogs. But anyways.
And the Carlton colors actually fit Carmella, because Carlton are doing pretty bad.
Yeah.
And
Anyway, as I was saying,
yeah. So,
I think the best match for SummerSlam is a champion versus champion match, and that is Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. But they won't do that. It's going to be Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
like, imagine what they would have done at WrestleMania
Versus-
35. Imagine what they would have done at WrestleMania 35. Like,
Yeah.
have Ronda Rousey take on Asuka if she was undefeated.
Oh, wow.
Like, imagine what they would have done.
Yeah. WrestleMania 35, I reckon, will be a women's main event for the first time ever. That's
Well, I'm
what-
hoping so. If it's Ronda Rousey and Asuka, if it's Charlotte and Ronda Rousey, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. Or the four
Or the four horsewomen.
horsewomen of MMA versus the 4 horsewomen of the WWE.
Or if they do this at Survivor
And they
Series.
gotta hurry up and bring Shayna Baszler onto the main roster.
Yeah, do it right away. And actually,
And that's how they're gonna turn Ronda heel.
Shayna Baszler was actually backstage on a Raw during the holidays.
What?
Yeah. I actually looked at some WWE's YouTube channel, and Ronda Rousey's best friend Shayna Baszler was backstage.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, guys, Could be some rumors.
Yeah, could be
Shayna
some-
Baszler could interfere in the Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey match.
There could be some rumors.
And I hope Ronda turns heel.
What if for the next NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, Shayna Baszler loses that women's title and actually moves over to SummerSlam and distracts Ronda Rousey? What if that could happen?
Yeah, but I don't know if Shayna Baszler and Ronda should be like
Should be feuding?
imagine Ronda and Shayna as a
as a tag team.
Imagine that is the most dominant women's tag team I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, that is crazy.
But right now on NXT, Shayna is doing so much better as a heel than a babyface. So I say for the moment, have Baszler lose the NXT Women's title as NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Have her move up to SummerSlam and distract Ronda Rousey.
Well, if you want Shayna to verse Ronda, you want Shayna to verse Ronda at WrestleMania. You don't want Shayna to verse her in any other
pay-per-view
except for SummerSlam.
Absolutely.
Now, Becky Lynch defeated Mandy Rose. We already said that. That is a 1-star. Now, Samoa Joe defeated Ty Dillinger. I don't care. Joe won by submission with a Kaklina clutch. And then The Miz held a funeral for Team Hell No. Daniel Bryan interrupted and attacked Miz's pole bearers.
Yeah, pole bearers. But for The Miz's funeral for Team Hell No, it was actually pretty funny. I kind of liked it.
It was alright. I know what they're trying to do. It's going to be Miz versus Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's what they're
playing
playing
Or it's going to be Team Hell No versus Miz and someone else, probably. I don't know. Right now, I'm not too interested because Daniel Bryan, to me, is washed up. And I'm not a big fan of him at the moment.
Absolutely.
Now, Eric Young defeated Kofi Kingston. Wrong move. I'm sorry. They need to start pushing Kofi Kingston, man. And they're going to get rid of the New Day. They're going to have a heel Big E again. They're going to have a... We've never seen a heel Kofi. The only time I've ever seen a really aggressive Kofi and when he feuded with Randy Orton. And that was not a heel Kofi, but he was attacking...
But he was a badass.
Yeah, he was a badass.
He was a badass against Randy Orton in 2009. That was a good Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, and that's what I want back. I want Kofi Kingston back. And I want
break
him,
up the New Day. Bring back this badass Kofi Kingston. That's what I'd like to see.
But a heel version.
Yeah, a heel version of Kofi Kingston. Imagine what Kofi Kingston would do as a heel with that badass version.
And imagine a title wrapped around that waist.
Yeah.
No, so I gave Eric Young and Kofi Kingston
2?
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. It was okay.
Now the last match, and guys, I don't even care about the match. I'm going to skip the match because the Apex Predator is back.
Absolutely, yes. Like the match was decent. It had a back and forth kind of.
Yeah, it was back and forth.
But Randy freaking Orton.
What a despicable act.
Yeah, absolutely. When Jeff Hardy took out those earrings, what were they called? The
holes.
Yeah, those.
Ear.
Yeah, the holes in his ear. Yeah. Randy Orton at the end of the match put his finger through it and tried to rip it out. I was like, oh my god, that's the Randy Orton I absolutely liked back then. Like he was that sick, sadistic, evil Viper.
Yes. I totally agree. My favorite Viper is the Legend Killer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Viper, definitely.
Yeah, when he was taking out legends like Sergeant Slaughter, Rowdy Piper,
or just when he turned into the Apex Predator.
Yeah,
just. Randy Orton, he's back.
Yeah.
Thank God, and I can't wait until Jeff Hardy is gonna verse
Randy Orton.
And you know what they could do for the United States Championship? Shinsuke versus Samoa Joe. I know they're two. Two heels.
They're both heels, yes, but
they both have big egos.
Yeah. Oh, what if for SummerSlam? I know this is going to be a multi-man match, but Samoa Joe doesn't have anything for SummerSlam. So what if instead of Joe going after AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight title, what if we could have a Fatal 4-Way match? We could have Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Randy Orton versus Samoa Joe.
I would say that, but that is 3 heels versus 1 face.
Absolutely, yeah. But I think we had that before back then, right? Like 1 heel against 1 babyface against 3 heels. Am I right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well,
anyways, that's the SmackDown review.
SmackDown was good, and I'm ready for 205 Live right here. I'm ready
Leigh
for
will
205
take
Live.
over 205 Live.
Yeah, TJ Perkins versus Noam Dar. A rematch against these two. Now, the fact that Noam Dar is back, I'm absolutely liking Noam Dar as a babyface right now. Though for this match against TJ Perkins and Noam Dar, it was Noam Dar here and TJ Perkins taking out Star's legs. And I was like, God almighty. This is the TJ Perkins that is so ruthless, he deserves another Cruiserweight title. Imagine TJ Perkins as a heel with the Cruiserweight Championship. He would dominate the entire 205 Live roster. So yeah, it was TJP picking up the victory over Noam Dar. I did like this match. I'm hoping this doesn't result as another Noam Dar injury. Drew Gulak versus a jobber. It was Drew Gulak doing his good things, being a submission expert. Drew Gulak picked up the win over Danny Garcia, and saying that saying at the end of the match he wants to take on Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship. He wants to make Alexander tap out, and after the match we had a Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese interview with the Lucha House Party, and I was like, and I still have this issue with the Lucha House Party. Edan, I know you don't tune into a lot of 205 Live, but there was this trio with a bunch of Lucha Libres called the Lucha House Party.
Yep.
Kalisto, Lince Dorado,
I know.
Yeah.
They're alright.
And
okay.
Do you know those twirling things?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're called. I don't know what's with the Lucha House Party using those twirling
I have
things.
no idea too.
But still, it's a bunch of good luchadors, especially Grand Metalik. I absolutely love that guy. The fact that he's not Cruiserweight champion yet is still in mystery. Okay. So for Tony Nese, he wants to issue a rematch against Kalisto, and for next week's 205 Live. And now onto Leo Rush and Akira Tozawa. Leo Rush is having the best run in WWE right now. His run in NXT was a bit lackluster, but his run in 205 Live was super good right here.
Cedric is still champion, am I correct?
Yeah, Cedric Alexander is still champion.
Wow.
And with Leo Rush and Akira Tozawa, I think that's Leo Rush's best match in WWE overall. Leo Rush picked up the win because of that frog splash he does. And after the match, Alexander was wondering with Drake Maverick who's he going to be challenging next. So Drake Maverick made a Fatal 4-Way match against Drew Gulak, Hideo Itami, TJ Perkins, and Mustafa Ali in a Fatal 4-Way number 1 contender match for next week's 205 Live.
I'm wondering, is Hideo Itami face or heel?
Heel.
He's still a heel.
He's a heel, yes.
Wow. Yes, I want to see Hideo Itami versus Cedric Alexander.
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, that actually happened once on last week's 205 Live. So yeah, you can watch that if you want. All right, on to the E&L segment. We're going to be skipping the rumor mill for this week.
Maybe. We'll see if we have enough time. But guys, the E&L segment today is the biggest segment we have because we're going to be talking about a lot. Number one, we want to talk about the rumors between Sasha Banks and Bayley's love angle.
Still a little confused on what WWE is doing with them.
Now, I want to see Leigh's opinion, and then we're going to have my opinion. Who should be the guy to do it? Who's the right guy to do it? So, Leigh, give me 3 guys who you reckon would be a good candidate.
Who would be 3 guys to do this love angle with Bliss and... Banks and Bayley?
Yep.
I'm not sure. This is between Banks and Bayley. They have no one else. It's just those two. Though I don't know what WWE has planned for Banks and Bayley in this sort of love angle. I don't know what their plans are. If they want to do this, I have no idea what they could do. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't have my kind of guys for this love angle between Banks and Bayley. So, Edan, you do yours first.
Well, guys, apparently the love angle is not between a guy; it's between them two.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's between Banks and Bayley.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, man.
It's a bit weird. Yes.
I don't like that.
But yeah, it's Pretty weird, yes.
If they were going to have a candidate, it would be Finn Balor, in my opinion. That's number one, easy. But, no. So, apparently they love each other. Okay. Now, they should stop that.
Well, Banks said that she loved Bailey and always had loved her. Bailey said nothing about loving Sasha Banks. It's just it's just Banks saying to Bailey that she always loved her.
I want Banks to turn heel. This is horrible.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. Jeez.
So we're gonna switch next. Then it's a bit weird. We're gonna switch to the next thing to talk about, and that is AJ Styles' opponent.
Yeah, AJ Styles' opponent for SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight title.
Now, Leigh, I'm gonna give you 5 candidates to be AJ Styles' opponent. And what do you reckon is the most likely? After you say that whole list, tell me who do you reckon is the most likely person to fight AJ Styles at SummerSlam.
Okay, so my 5 candidates for AJ Styles challenger for the World Heavyweight title, like we discussed this before the podcast, I said that Dean Ambrose would be a good pick because he's been out on an injury. He's been cleared to compete for weeks right now. And, with Kane coming back all this time, like last year, he came back on Raw, had a 5-on-3 TLC match, then left, went back to SmackDown. I say do that with Dean Ambrose. Have him move to SmackDown, take on AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight title. My next one, Samoa Joe. Well, aside from that United States title match that I did thought out, I say this is another good angle for Samoa Joe. Who else is there? Andrade Cien Almas. Gotta be. It's gotta be Andrade, because he's another good bet for AJ Styles to take on for the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam. That's gotta be main event worthy. If WWE does not see Andrade and Styles main eventing SummerSlam, I don't know what.
No, that would be seen rather Roman and Brock or Bobby and Brock.
Absolutely, yeah. Who else is there? I'm not sure. I only have 4. There's Joe, there's Almas, there's freaking Dean Ambrose, and there's another one, Johnny Gargano. Because, he has nothing else left to do. That feud with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are finished, and there's nothing else for Johnny Gargano to do in NXT. So I think it would be a perfect time for Johnny Gargano to move up to the main roster, take on AJ Styles. Like, imagine the AJ Styles of NXT, Johnny Gargano, taking on AJ Styles himself at SummerSlam. That is main event worthy. Now, if I have a 5th person while you announce your 5 candidates, I'll say it at the end of your list. So, you go on ahead.
Number 5. Eric Young.
Eric Young. Huh.
He's a very interesting guy, and I think, he's definitely ready for the big time. Number 4, obviously Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is one of the best wrestlers, and oh my God, he's done really, really, really well. Samoa Joe. Number 3 is obviously Andrade Cien Almas. So we already got 3 people lined up there. Now, I'm going to add a bonus one. Cesaro.
Oh, Cesaro, yes.
Cesaro is one of the best WWE superstars. And I'm also going to add another bonus one. Daniel Bryan. Imagine Styles and Bryan at SummerSlam.
Well, they had that once on SmackDown.
Yeah, I know. So, number 2. Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yes, Shawn Michaels. Yes, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, that's my number 5 right there. Shawn Michaels.
And number 1. Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah, Randy Orton.
Randy Orton and Styles. What a match. What a match. Heel Orton versus face Styles. I think the most likely person to challenge AJ Styles at SummerSlam is the obvious one, and that is Samoa Joe.
Yeah. 2 teenage stars take taking on each other in WWE for the World Heavyweight title. Absolutely, yeah.
Now, number 3. What do we reckon will happen after SummerSlam?
Well, before, like I said, like we talked about before the show, I've been thinking about a draft after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So maybe they can move some superstars on SmackDown that's already accomplished everything over to Raw. You know, like if AJ Styles loses his World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam, they'll have a draft, move him to Raw.
I would say a draft. I don't know if it's too early or not. I don't know, but it might change a bit of the company. I think what needs to happen after SummerSlam, we need to push up Shayna Baszler, Johnny Gargano.
What about Tommaso Ciampa?
Is Killian Dane in SmackDown?
Killian Dane is also on SmackDown.
Yeah. Thought so. Okay, so if Aleister Black loses, definitely Aleister Black.
Yes, Aleister Black. Move him up. I absolutely like Aleister Black.
I want Flip Gordon to come to WWE.
Oh, yeah, Flip Gordon's another good back. Jay Lethal. What about
Jay Lethal?
Yes.
I want the whole of Shock the System to SmackDown.
Yes.
Finn Balor to SmackDown. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and AJ Styles on SmackDown. What is that, Lee? Tell me, what is that?
That could be WWE's version of Bullet Club, boy. Absolutely. Or what about the Briscoes? What about the Briscoe brothers?
Ah, man. Have they added the Briscoe brothers yet to the WWE? No, they haven't.
No, they haven't. They're
They've
still
added
Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, they've added War Machine.
Yeah,
Hey,
War Machine, yes.
War Machine I like.
Yeah.
What is that female wrestler they added?
What's the female wrestler they added? Toni Storm, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, someone. But, yeah, there's actually another one. Michael Elgin. What about Michael Elgin?
Michael Elgin, he's alright.
Michael Elgin, he's another good bet. To bring
Or,
up.
what's his name? Magnus. But they're not interested in him,
Oh, yeah.
if you know who Magnus is.
Yeah, Magnus is. He's going to be taking on Cody Rhodes at All In, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow. Or, my favorite English superstar,
Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre Jr. Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. He competed in the Cruiserweight Classic. And there is a reason for Zack Sabre Jr. to still not be in WWE, right? Like, he had some unfinished business in the independent scene.
And I'm very, very angry how Kota Ibushi is not signed to the WWE.
Yeah.
I love Kota Ibushi.
Yeah, Kota Ibushi, yeah. I actually like this duo with him and Kenny Omega, the Golden Lovers. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Kenny Omega heel?
Nah, I say he's neutral. Like, he's with Bullet Club and Kota Ibushi.
That's
Really?
weird.
He's with a faction and reunited with Kota Ibushi. Like,
who's the leader still? Is it still Kenny Omega?
it's still Kenny Omega,
Okay,
yeah. But
good.
there's
It's
just
not Cody.
there's a civil war going on between Bullet Club, really. Like, that's actually split into two teams: Bullet Club OG and Bullet Club Elite. So I think the OG is with Bad Luck Fale and Yujiro Takahashi and the
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes and the Gorillas of Destiny.
Yep, and then we have the Elite as in...
The Elite as
Young
in Kenny
Bucks.
Omega and the Young Bucks.
Wow. That's a big thing. I don't really like how they do that. The Bullet Club is getting pretty old though. I'm sorry. It is time for a new leader, but it's not Cody Rhodes. I don't think Cody Rhodes should be the leader. I think they should bring in a really young superstar or really up and coming superstar to lead the Bullet Club. But hey, Cody Rhodes might be the guy. Guys, we also Leigh, I want to talk about who do you reckon?
Yeah, who do I reckon?
Should be the one to defeat Brock Lesnar. If you had a choice, you had one guy, who would it be?
If there was one guy to defeat Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, because that guy looks, you look at Lesnar and McIntyre. You look at two big guys who are willing to go in there and shed blood, like go in there and destroy. And for SummerSlam right now, as far as SummerSlam is going right now, it's going to be Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley is going to be the guy to take out Brock Lesnar. Though Drew McIntyre overall, I got to say he's the good.
I would normally say Bobby Lashley, but he cannot wrestle. If I had one guy to beat Brock Lesnar, it would be Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is the worst wrestler of all time.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Roman Reigns is the absolute worst wrestler of all time. The fact that he lost at Extreme Rules and is getting another chance at becoming #1 contender for the Universal Championship is absolutely dreadful, for Jesus' sake.
I think the best the best guy to beat
Brock Lesnar
is definitely Finn Balor. Finn Balor is the best contender.
Finn Balor. Why didn't they go with Finn Balor? The fact that they went with Roman Reigns over Finn Balor is absolutely furious. But absolutely furious how they went with Roman Reigns instead of Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre. Absolutely furious.
I'm furious at the whole Universal Championship situation. I want Owens.
Yeah.
I want Kevin Owens to be champion, man. I don't know. There's just something about Kevin Owens I like. Reminds you of Leigh as a wrestler.
Yeah. Kevin Owens. Why is he not in the Universal Championship picture?
Oh, no, but he gets thrown off by Braun Strowman. No one cares about Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman shouldn't even be Money in the Bank holder.
Absolutely.
It should be either Samoa Joe or Kevin Owens. Man, WWE did not know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And it's really sad.
And you know who's doing a good job? New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I guess so.
And like I said over the holidays, I've watched the G1 special, and I want to go over that.
Yep. So Leigh is gonna go over the G1.
The G1 special down in San Francisco.
Yep. When's the G1 climax? Is that the climax?
Yeah, the G1 climax. It's actually going on right now. Okay, so for the G1 special, match 1, the Bullet Club's King Haku, the Gorillas of Destiny, Yujiro Takahashi and Chase Owens took on Chaos's Yoshihashi, Jito, Rocky Romero, and Yo and Sho. And I also have to say this. I watched the day 1 of the G1 climax. I already told you this. And during the show, I was watching Sho and Yo on opposite teams. You know, I've watched them since Wrestle Kingdom 12. They look really good together. And the fact that they went different ways, like they split Sho and Yo into 2 different teams on one night, it's absolutely pretty interesting. Though with King Haku has not lost a foot, man. King Haku is so good. I say, like, he hasn't lost a step. He looked great with the Gorillas of Destiny, Yujiro, and Chase Owens. And the Bullet Club picked up the win. I say 3 stars. 3 stars was good. Chaos's Tomohiro Ishii and, oh my god, Toru Yano versus Suzuki Gun's Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. This was a Dominion rematch. And for the record, I don't like Toru Yano. He's the only guy in New Japan that I don't like. But with this match, having Chaos's Ishii and Suzuki Gun's Ishii and Suzuki, they were so good together. Absolutely good. Like, both of them fit so well together. I have those two on WWE 2K18, and I put them in a match together. Singles. No rules. And, yeah, this match was good. Yano and Ishii won. I say it's also 3. Bullet Club's Hangman Page and Marty Scurll versus Taguchi Japan's Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kushida. It was a 10-minute tag team match, and both Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kushida, they absolutely look really good as a tag team. Hangman Page, don't have a lot of interest in, but Marty Scurll, so good. Absolutely love Marty Scurll. So deserving for the win. Yeah, I say this tag team match is also great. Hiroki Goto versus Jeff Cobb for the Never Openweight Championship. It was a 12-minute match. Also pretty good. The fact that Michael Elgin lost after he just won the Never Openweight title was pretty confusing, but Hiroki Goto does make a really good champion. I say, this match was a 3.5. Hiroki Goto is so good. Young Bucks versus Los Ingobernables de Japón for the IWGP Tag Team Championship. You heard about the Young Bucks winning at Dominion, right?
Yes, I did.
This was their rematch for the tag team titles. They also won this match. And Young Bucks and Sanada and Evil, they all looked so good together. Los Ingobernables and Young Bucks, I say 4 stars. 4 stars for me. Chaos is Kazuchika Okada and Will Ospreay versus Los Ingobernables de Japón's Naito and Bushi. This was the first match that Okada had without the IWGP Heavyweight title. It's still pretty confusing to look at Okada not with the IWGP Heavyweight title.
Did he lose the title?
Yeah, lost the title to Kenny Omega.
Wow.
And it was actually a no time limit 2 out of 3 falls match at Dominion. I absolutely love that match.
Wow. You should have told me, man.
Yep.
I think Okada needs to go to WWE, man.
Yeah, there was nothing else left for Okada.
Imagine him versus Styles.
Yeah, nothing left for Okada, and this could be Okada's time to move over to the WWE. Though with this match with Chaos and Los Ingobernables, it's another tag team match. It was pretty good. It's say it's a 3.5 for me. Hiromu Takahashi versus Dragon Lee for the
Love Dragon Lee, by the way.
for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Yes, I also love Hiromu Takahashi. And his match with Will Ospreay at Dominion, I absolutely loved that match. I was watching it with my big brother, and he absolutely loved Will Ospreay.
Let me say this. I don't know why Jay White lost.
Yeah, I don't know why either, but I think it's a good choice because Jay White's a New Zealander, and Juice Robinson is American, so an American wrestler has to represent a American title, right?
What a match, by the way, with Cody and
Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega. Yes, that match was awesome. And the Young Bucks, they were a good factor in this match.
Why is that?
Because, they were planning to stop Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega for bashing the living shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And there was a table set outside the ring, and there was a ladder set on the apron, like Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes were on the top of the ladder, seeing who was going to suplex each other off that ladder. Kenny Omega was trying to suplex Cody Rhodes to the table, and Cody suplexed Kenny Omega into the ring. I was like, oh my god, that was incredible.
Yeah.
And for these last 3 matches, Hiromu Takahashi and Dragon Lee, 4 stars. Juice Robinson and Jay White, that was actually a really good match. And with Jay White and Juice Robinson, with Jay White actually driving Juice Robinson into the table, it actually knocked back the table and into Jim Ross. Like, I'm not kidding. And that other commentator, I think it was... Yeah, that other commentator went like, okay, forget it, let's do this. Just went up and chased Jay White around the ring.
Okay. Guys, I know this is wrestling related, but we have to say one thing about the NBA. Unfortunately, the greatest defender of all time has left the greatest team of all time. I'm joking. It's not the greatest team of all time.
Well,
but
hold on, I haven't finished yet.
you haven't finished yet.
Kenny Omega is a 4.75 for me.
Okay.
Yep, now I'm finished. That's
now
it.
You're finished.
Yeah, that's it for the G1 special. Now on to your NBA.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I like adding the NBA into these podcasts because I like letting people know what has happened. Now, unfortunately, the Spurs have lost the greatest defender of all time and the second best two-way player in the game and the second best player in the league, in my opinion. Not last season. He did miss a year off, but I don't care. Now, the Spurs got DeMar DeRozan.
And the Raptors got Kawhi Leonard.
Who do you think won this trade and why?
I gotta say the Raptors won because DeMar DeRozan it's an average player, but
He's an all-star.
an all-star, yes. But DeMar DeRozan, he doesn't belong in the Spurs. Like-
Well, hey, DeMar
like-
DeRozan would definitely fit in the Spurs, man.
When you think of the Toronto Raptors, you think of DeMar DeRozan
Yes.
and Kawhi Leonard as well, because they're the duo in the Raptors.
Well, hey, if they did keep DeMar DeRozan, what they would have to give up if we gave
Yeah.
up Kawhi, they would have to give up OG Anunoby, all Dwight Powell, all their first-round picks, and probably just Kyle Lowry. But because the Spurs have no leverage, they could have only given away, what's it called? DeMar DeRozan. No, not DeMar DeRozan. What's it called? Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green. They wanted to get rid of Pau Gasol probably or Patty Mills for that massive contract. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I'm a Spurs fan, and it's fucking horrible. Sorry for my swearing, but it's horrible. It's horrible that the Spurs have had to witness a guy like this gone. You know? So, as well, guys, wrestling. Let's get back into wrestling. This is going to be the last thing I say. Guys, the Apex Predator is back. Thank you very much for watching this podcast. And Leigh, can you end the show, please?
Absolutely. 2Sweet.
Bullet Club. 4 life.
Good night, folks.